AIDS Foundation Houston, we are the oldest AIDS service organization here in the state of Texas. We've been around since the early 80s. We actually started as one of those first few organizations helping indigent men who were dying from HIV. We created one of the first prevention pamphlets. We've been around for a long time, helping individuals, families, and communities not only live with HIV, but learn that now it's just a regular disease. It's a regular chronic disease that you can live with and not die from.
Everybody had an idea about what HIV is and how it impacts someone the day before they were diagnosed. And then the day that they are changes everything about how they're now forced to view themselves or judge themselves.
Stigma is the battle. When we began thinking about the work that we're doing around HIV in our communities, in particular Black and brown communities, there's still a lot of non-conversation that happens because of fear. And so we know stigma to be the root of a lot of that. We have clients that come in that may have received a positive diagnosis, but because of stigma, because of the fear of being seen in a clinic, because of the fear of someone finding out, their care may actually prolong and they may not start care for a year or two until they're positioned where they have to have a conversation with someone because their health may have changed.
They get that diagnosis and oftentimes are left without the resources that they need to get into care, and so they run away. They go into denial. They say, no, I don't have it, the test was wrong, different things to cause them to not get into medical care. What they don't realize is that every day that they stay away, it's taken away days from their life because the virus is impacting them and killing their system.
Being able to explain what this is going to look like, taking the time to say what the next steps are, what you can expect, really goes a long way. And then explaining that this is now not a death sentence anymore, where treatment has come, and that this is a manageable chronic illness, similar to something like diabetes, but without the judgment.
Being able to provide the community with education and destigmatize HIV essentially is really important. That's one of our main goals here. A lot of people don't have that support system at home to educate them about HIV or sexually transmitted infections or the importance of your sexual health in general. So I definitely see us still educating. Education is key.
A lot of the work that we're currently doing in the community is through our outreach work. It's through our peer navigation. We've been really honored to be able to have funders that believe in the work that we're doing and fund positions like a peer navigator, which is another individual in the community that serves as a peer to our newly diagnosed or our out of care positive individuals. That's really, really important because there needs to be a high level of trust that happens in exchange between a client and the agency. We currently provide HIV, syphilis, hepatitis testing, and we're able to do that in the community in our small 2-person mobile unit that we take into so many different communities. If we're driving and we see a group of people hanging out at a liquor store, we pull up. Hey, would you guys like to get tested today? And if they're not ready, we can at least make them aware of some of the other prevention tools that are out there, like PrEP, or just make them aware of what's in their area, what's local, where could they go if they are ready to get an HIV test at some point.
So Dr. Price has been phenomenal for us. Him and the Honors College at the University of Houston, we partnered with them and started to support his community health worker initiative. They are going into these communities, they're talking about HIV, they're talking with their friends and families, they're talking with other community leaders about the work that we do, but then also about the hope that is there when it comes to living with HIV and living a full life, and then also not getting the disease.
There's a mistrust of healthcare. I mean, to be very honest, the entire lack of trust in the community goes back to the sense that expensive things are for other people. And if you're poor, you're not supposed to be getting those things, and if you are getting them, you're not getting them at the same quality as other people. And I think the messaging from AIDS Foundation Houston is that that can be really inverted, that you can start seeing that the people out in the community are the people where it starts, and that the people where we get all the messaging and all the places of the trust can be out in the community.
I encourage people to go out and get tested, go out to get the information, and to just educate yourself. It takes a lot of people to come together to really stand in this community. Most people are afraid to come there. Some people who live there are afraid to be there. So with that being said, hopefully people like me, people like the AIDS Foundation, people like Dr. Dan, U of H, CHWs can all come together, band, and make a difference.
We're here to help keep spreading the message, keep telling people that, number one, HIV is here. This is how you get it. This is how you don't get it. And even if you have it, guess what? You can still live, love, and have a full, healthy life. And if you don't have it, here are all the ways not to get it. And we want to tell that to as many people as we can, as often as we can. Like with the University of Houston, we want to bring other partners in.
Sometimes you're only as good as the resources you have, by the relationships that you make, and how able you are to constantly be learning on your own. It takes real dedication, which I am extremely proud to say I see in in every team member I work with. It really is an amazing group doing some really amazing things.
So success means finding a place where your capacities and the capacity of the community converge so that you can get the best outcomes for everybody.
The AIDS Foundation Houston is important because we are that needed resource. We are that tool for individuals to have as they move through life and as they're trying to make decisions on what's best for them.
People living in poverty, people who are homeless, people living in communities where there's low access to health care, where transportation is a challenge, they do not have the option or the opportunity for all of these tools. So for us at AIDS Foundation Houston, what we need now is the support to help us reach those folks who don't have the access.